Saturday morning is very important because someone can't just show up on June 1st and say, hey, what's going on? You know, we have to plan early. You know, they say if you don't plan to, what do they say actually? If you don't plan, you're planning to fail, something of that sort, okay? So today I'm going to play a video by Eric Worre, and we've been doing that. We did that, I think, the week before last, about the 90-day game plan, where he introduces the concept. So today we are going to go to the second part of it. It's a 5-part. So please don't miss any Saturday for the next 5 Saturdays, all right? Actually, don't miss any Saturday. So I will play that video. My videos have a way of disappearing when I need them, but I always get them. Okay, so just a moment, guys. Let me. Okay, this is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay. So while I'm looking for it, I want to thank all of you for taking your time to be here. It's a sacrifice, but it is a sacrifice worth making. When those millions of dollars are rolling in, you'll be glad you did this, and you'll be telling people where you began. All right, so I'm going to play a section, and please, when you come for these meetings, it's always good to come with a notebook and a pen. I have my notebook and I have my pen, getting ready to take notes. All right, because you're gonna be teaching this to your team sometime later, and you don't want to start writing brand new notes. You already want to use the notes that you wrote earlier on. All right, so today we are doing 90-day game plan. We are doing the launch. If you're writing your heading there, it is the 90-day game plan launch day 1. Okay, because we did the pre-launch 2 weeks ago. All right, so let's listen in.
Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre and welcome to networkmarketingpro.com. I'm excited because today I'm going to start a 5-day training series on how you can change your life in 90 days. I've learned over the course of 24 years in network marketing one very important lesson, maybe the most valuable lesson I ever learned. 90 days can change your life. 90 days can turn everything around. One focused 90-day burst of energy that's well thought through, well planned, and well executed can take you from invisible to average, from average to extraordinary, from extraordinary to a legend. You could become a legend. You could become a name over the course of one 90-day period of time. I have coached and trained hundreds of people to change their life over the course of these 24 years, personally, one-on-one. And over the course of these 5 videos, over the next 5 days, I'm going to coach you on the fundamentals of what you need to do in order to be able to put together a 90-day game plan that can change your life. It happened for me twice in my career. The first was in 1992. I was struggling in network marketing. I was not achieving my goals. And I put together a 90-day game plan, September of 1992. And October, November, and December, I worked like my life hung in the balance over the course of those 3 months. And over the next 12 months, I went from being nobody in network marketing to having a 1099 of $980,000 in that year, all from that 90-day burst of energy. It made me scratch my head and wonder why I didn't condense my efforts into a 90-day burst earlier than that, because up until that point, I've been working reasonably hard and plodding along. What I've learned is slow and steady doesn't win the race. You need a burst of energy, and then you can maintain it, and then another burst of energy, and then you can maintain it. The burst of energy is a 90-day burst. People constantly overestimate what they can do in a week or a month. and they underestimate what they can get accomplished in 90 days if it's thought out. It happened to me again in 2005. I had some challenges financially. I'd invested all of my money into a business that, a non-MLM business that did not succeed. So I found myself in a tough situation. And in June of 2005, I launched another 90-day game plan, another 90-day burst. And over the course of just the first 90 days, I made $83,000 in commissions. Over the course of the next 6 years, I made $7 million in commissions. Almost every penny of it can be pointed directly back to what I accomplished in that first 90 days. I've trained, like I told you, I've trained other people. One example is a guy by the name of Art Napolitano. Art is the top income earner in a major network marketing company today. But when I first met Art, Art didn't have any success. He didn't have any money. And he came to Chicago, drove from Boston to Chicago, met with a friend of mine and myself. And he said, tell me what I got to do. I'll do whatever's necessary. And we said, you know, the only thing between you and becoming a millionaire is putting 1,000 people in a room 90 days from now. And he said, really? Because if that's the ticket to be, freedom, I'll do it. Tell me what I got to do. So we spent a couple hours laying out a game plan very specifically. And he didn't have 1,000 people 90 days later, but he had about 600-700. And today he makes approximately $5 million a year in commissions. $5 million from nothing. And I would tell you, if you talk to him, if he pointed back to what created his future, it was that season, that little, and he's done other 90-day game plans since then. I have so many friends that have gone on to make $100,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, or more, all pointed back to the 90-day game plan. So what I want you to do, just understand in this first video, is that what I'm going to share with you is real. It's possible. You can do it. And I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. I'm going to give you all the major components. And your life can change. You don't have to crawl through network marketing. You don't have to struggle. You can change your life. You can, if you're frustrated with yourself, we can give you some direction, okay? So that's our first video. Just a little introduction, a little taste. Tomorrow, we're going to start getting into the specifics, and for the next 4 days. So a total of 5 videos in this series, all for you to be able to create the future that you deserve, okay? So until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, hey, everybody, this is Eric Warrior.
All right, so that was just an intro. That was just an intro that we have there. And I remember 2 Saturdays ago, after this intro, we now spoke about the pre-launch. The next thing he's talking about is the pre-launch. And the pre-launch, for those who are there and can remember, was that the 1 month before the launch, our launch is on June 1st, but 1 month before the launch, you've got to do a pre-launch, which is what we are doing this month. The pre-launch basically is going around and getting your friends and telling them what I've just told you, that we have an inner circle we are creating. We want to learn how to make $32 million in a month. We want to begin that journey together, okay? So that is what the pre-launch of May this month is all about. But then on June 1st, we are going to do the launch, all right? So today, I want us to look at what launching means. What are we going to be doing for the rest, for the 90 days? What is the plan for the 90 days that is coming? All right. So that is the video. That is the continuation now of this video that I want us to play. So I want to share again. So like I said, I hope you have a notebook and you can be able to note. Anastasia, I'm making you the co-host because I'm realizing as I talk, there's some people, I've just seen someone in the waiting room. I hope they've been there for a short time, so you can help me to admit. All right, so
That's
let's
okay.
look. Thank you, leader. So let's look at what we are expected to do in the 90 days that is coming. And we're going to cover it in 4 parts. Today we're going to do part 1, all right? And as I said, I hope you're writing down somewhere. Okay, so here we go. And in case you can't hear the audio, you just let me know, yeah? So June 1st, today is June 1st. What do we want to do? What are we aiming to do?
The typical launch. The most efficient, I believe, is 90 days. Some people have done 30-day launches. I don't think you get enough traction. Some people have done 60-day launches. Those have worked. Some people do 100 days, but I believe 90 days, people can get their mind around a 90-day game plan. 3 months where they're going to focus. The best 90-day game plan starts, like in our example, yesterday we had pre-launch of January and February, launching March 1st. Starts March 1, or I'm just using that as a placeholder. Ends something like June 1st. Pick your month, pick your day, but 90 days. But at the end of the 90-day period of time, you do a big event. The event is the glue that keeps people focused. You do a big event in your market, and it's the glue that keeps people excited and motivated and focused and working. Because all of the efforts from March 1st to June 1st are going to be putting people into that event. Remember I told you a story about Art that put 600 or 700 people into a room in 90 days? And today makes $5 million a year in commissions? I can tell you person after person after person have used the 90 days to lead to a big event. Okay? So you gotta, if we start here with the end that says, we're gonna do our 90-day game plan and we're gonna put X number of people into this event. And you might pick your goal, it might be 100 people, it might be 200 people, it might be 500 people, it might be 1,000 people. If you have a big group already, it might be 2,000, 3,000 people, have people fly in and drive in from other cities. But go crazy, you gotta be thinking about what you're gonna be doing and what your goal is for that event, and is it compelling and exciting, okay? Because then you're going to reverse engineer the 90 days to figuring out how you're going to get people into that room. Remember I told you the story that if you go do a compelling pre-launch story, you can recruit 20 people, and those 20 people could each go out there and recruit 10 people? Well, what if you sold 10 tickets to your all 20 people? That'd be 200 tickets, right? And those 20 people who each got 10, so that is, 200 people. 200 people, and they each got 10 tickets. That's 1,000 tickets. And your whole job for 90 days was to match up people with tickets. And everybody's job was to make sure that they had 10 people in that event. What would that do for you? If you're able to get 20 and they're each able to get 10, you could get 1,200 tickets into prospects' hands or into distributors' hands and into that event. What would that do for your life? What would that do for your business? Is this possible to do? Of course it's possible. Can you do it? Of course you can. Now, maybe you don't get 20, maybe you get 10, and maybe they each don't get 10, they get 5, but you still got whatever that is, half, 600 tickets sold to an event like that. You see what would happen? So once you determine your event goal, the next thing that you need to determine is you've got month 1, month 2, month 3. and then you have event. Okay, month 1, month 2, month 3. What needs to happen in order to make all this stuff possible? 1, you got to sell tickets. 2, you need to recruit, right? 3, you need to motivate and inspire, right? 4, you got to keep people focused. So in month 1, maybe you get together with your inner circle one time a week and just keep them focused, keep them motivated. Maybe you have a monthly training. What's that training going to be about? Getting more people involved in the campaign, getting more people to the big event, right? Maybe you need to do weekly group opportunity meetings. Maybe you need to promote home meetings. Maybe you need to do webinars. Maybe you need to do conference calls. Maybe you need to get together and have everybody have a blitz day where they just do 3-way calls together for the entire day. But you see what I'm saying? Month 1 is all out. Month 2 is same. Month 3 is the same. It's all leading towards this focused end game, the event. Now, with this, let me tell you what it takes to really do a game plan like this. What it takes is all-out massive action. And hold on one second. I'll describe it to you here in just a moment. Let me tell you what it took for me to change my life. All out, massive action. This is the part where I might lose some of you. But if you want to change your life, something's got to change. If you want things to get better, you got to get better, as Jim Rohn would say. All out massive action for me meant this. Every week, I had to go negotiate with my family and negotiate with my friends and loved ones and say, listen, for this 90 days, I'm not going to be available. For this 90 days, I'm going to be working as many hours as I can possibly stay awake every single day. For this 90 days, I'm not going to the movies. I'm not going to restaurants. I'm not watching any television. I'm not surfing on the internet. I'm not doing anything but this game plan. So for me, I was full-time both of those times. I'll tell you full-time and part-time, what both of those looks like. Full-time for me, I'm just going to be honest with you, was 16 hours a day. 6 days a week. No joke. 16 hours a day. I started at 8 a.m., finished at midnight. Every day. Pounding the phones, making the calls, getting people involved, keeping them excited, keeping them focused, helping them recruit, 3-way calls, meeting with people, game planning, training, webinars, conference calls, 3-way calls, whatever I had to do. All day. 16 hours a day. If you're part-time, let me tell you what that looks like. 8 hours a day times 6 days a week. Work your job for 8 hours and then do this for another 8. Well, that's hard. Yeah, it is. But the results are worth it. You move everything out of the way. You negotiate with the family. We'll go on vacation later. We'll have fun later. But right now, Mama's got to work. Papa's got to work. I'm focused. I got to close the door and I got to do some things. I love you. But I got to do some things because I love you. For things to change, we've got to change and I'm going to change. This is what I'm going to do. Pound it, pound it, pound it, pound it, pound it, pound it. Relentless. Because if you're at 100%, then your group might work at 80%. But if you're working at 50%, your group's going to be working at 20% or not at all. 90 days can change your life. Remember what I said? 90 days of this, and your life can be changed completely and forever. Or you can just continue to do your 2 hours a day or 1 hour a day and cross your fingers and hope to recruit a monster. I think this is a better plan. 90 days, everything can be different. Okay? Tell your story. Team action, communication, motivation through this entire all-out massive action process. Okay, there's a lot of detail to this. I don't have time in this training program to give you all the detail, the exact map of this, but I think you can get the idea, right? You know what all-out massive action means. So your launch, 90 days. Pick whatever the period of time, ending with an event. Okay? If you sponsor 20 and each of them sponsor 10, you can sell 10 tickets to each one of those people, and their job is to fill it up. That's 1,200 people. And then you have to map it out. You have to map out exactly, day by day for 90 days, what you're going to be doing. Week by week, month by month. You have to have a specific business plan, like you were trying to raise money and you had to sell this idea to somebody. That's what you're doing when you're selling this idea to your prospects. Here's what I'm about to do, and here's the end result. Are you in or are you out? We can change our lives in 90 days. Are you with me? This is the story you're going to be telling, right? The story's got to be amazing. And then it's all out massive action. And there's going to be different kinds of people in your group. There's going to be people who are willing to do this with you. There's people who are going to be willing to give you an hour a day or 2 hours a day. Love them all. Really motivate the ones that will go with you, even if it's the 8-hour type. Really go after it. Success isn't free, and success isn't easy, but it's possible for everybody that's watching this. Now, tomorrow I'm going to talk about the event and what you do after the event, okay? It's really important that you pay attention to tomorrow. Probably the most important of this 5-part series. I hope you're enjoying it so far. But until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, so that's Eric Quarry, basically saying you're just giving tips, not even tips, you're just giving advice about what this 90 days is all about. And he says that this 90 days is not a joke. If you want to change your life, something has to change. You know, he began by saying slow and steady does not win. If you really want to be a winner in this business, you don't just do it casually. If you really, we want to change our lives. We have a chance here to be earning millions of dollars every month. Imagine how you'd feel if you made even $500,000 every month. You know, the days of struggle would be over. The days of, should I call it hustling, would be over. You begin to enjoy life like you need to. You know, go to a restaurant, eat whatever you want, go buy whatever you want. You know, your dreams, basically, you have what you've always been dreaming of. Transfer your children to a good school, to a better school, to better schools, move to a better neighborhood. So slow and steady does not win. You know, talking to 2 people casually per day, or, you know, sometimes you post on Facebook, sometimes you don't. That is not what this 90 days is all about. If you want to, you know, arrange things before you begin the 90 days, you know, to put your life in order, better do it this month, because June 1st, we are going all out. Success loves speed. Success loves speed, and especially in network marketing, success loves speed. And many times you have said that the reason we need to move with speed is because this thing is now beginning to move, you know, like bushfire. Very soon, our friends, our acquaintances, you know, that person who is social in your social circles, someone else might take them up. It's your turn now to do that, because you're the one who knows this business exists. And Eric Worre says the 90 days is 3 months of focus, 3 months of focus, laser sharp focus. When we were in school, we were told, we used to do the experiment of taking a magnifying glass and shining it on a piece of paper, and the piece of paper would begin burning. The light that was coming from the sun was the same for everyone. It was the same for everyone. But if you took a magnifying glass, it would focus those rays and burn the paper. The 90-day game plan, the 3 months that you're going to get into, it will be like that magnifying glass. You can either take the magnifying glass or you can just enjoy the sunshine as it is, doing things casually, randomly, not being deliberate or intentional. But I know we here will be deliberate and intentional. So the 90-day game plan is like that magnifying glass. Yeah, if you want to remember, what it is, it's like that magnifying glass. We want to focus all energy on the 90-day game plan and come up with tremendous results. And he says that the 90 days is about working towards an event. Okay, well, COVID has really messed up things, yeah? People hardly meet for big events anymore. Maybe it will come back, I don't know. But for you, have a goal. What do you intend to have? What do you intend to do after the 90 days? What do you intend to have that you don't have right now? What do you intend to do with a group that comes in within the 90 days? So for me, I was thinking an event for you would be something like starting your own WhatsApp group. You see, we are all in one, all of us are in one WhatsApp group called Virtual AVS Wealth Club. But how about telling yourself at the end of 90 days, which by the way for us is from June 1st to September 1st, at the beginning of September, I'm going to have my own WhatsApp groups, my own WhatsApp group with my own people, the people I have gotten into the business together with their people, with their business partners. After 3 months, I want to be doing my own trainings. Okay, of course, we'll help you with the material, yeah? But you want to be doing your own trainings. In these 3 months, in these 90 days, I want to identify people who are leaders in my team. You see, it's the same thing we are doing here, yeah? We have some leaders, but you say in the next 90 days, I'm going to identify my leaders. And the people who you're going to, let me use the word recruit because we are business partners here, yeah? I don't like using that word when I'm talking to guests. But you say in the 90 days, the people I recruit, I'm going, and the people my people recruit, I'm going to check out who are the leaders. And at the end of the 90 days, by September, on September 1st, I'm going to identify who my leaders are, and I'm going to begin my own Zoom meetings, even if it is once in a month. You want to stamp your authority. You want to become a leader. Leaders, a good leader doesn't move with the crowd, is not led, You should not always aspire, and I'm sure many of us here are leaders in our own rights, in our other things that we do, and I really respect that. But now we're talking about virtual AVS. Don't aspire not to be a follower, to just be called for other trainings and being in someone else's WhatsApp group, and aspire to begin your own thing. And that's a challenge I'm throwing to all of us. Aspire to begin your own thing come September. I'll have my own WhatsApp group, and in fact, I'll be doing my own trainings. Of course, like I'm saying, we won't leave you. Quintasha will be in that training. I can assure you, listening in the background. But you say, I'm going to be doing my own trainings. We'll help you with the material because the material we have. But you see, you launch out your business. You can say, I will launch out my business to be the main person, me and my team, at the end of these 90 days. So Eric Worre here talks about an event. We might have an event, yeah, but all the same, you have your own goal. You understand what I'm saying? So work towards something. And by the way, when we begin the 90 days, maybe it is something many of us didn't do in the previous 90 days, because now we're going to season 2, yeah? Maybe in season 1, some of us didn't do that. Have a notebook where you note who you have recruited in the 90 days. Personally, who have you recruited? Yeah, you can have a small notebook. I know it is in your, if you go to your Salesforce, you can also see that, yeah? But you can put it in a notebook just to check your progress, yeah? How many people you've recruited personally and how many they have recruited, you know? Because when you see someone adding someone in team takeover, you note down that person. You say, Hendrix brought in so and so and so and so, and you'll check out the progress of that person in the 90 days until September 1st. You see, in that way, you'll be able to tell who came into your team, who specifically came into your team between June 1st and September 1st. Meaning, when you begin your own WhatsApp group, you can add those people to your WhatsApp group. You understand? So that you don't begin it empty. You'll be so proud. You'll say, in 90 days, I had 50 people in my team, in addition to the ones who came before June 1st. All right. So for us, that can be like the event he's talking about. Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe after the 90 days, we'll have an event for all of us. We did have an event last Saturday at the end of our season 1. We did have an event, yeah, and we couldn't invite many people because of the corona restrictions, the COVID-19 restrictions, but we are likely to have another one again at the end of September, probably a few people. But for you, just aspire to have something like a WhatsApp group of your own, a training of your own, have some aspirations, grow bigger at the end of the 90 days. And he had begun saying that in month 1, you remember he divided month 1, month 2, month 3, because these are 3 months project. He had begun dividing. Now, in the subsequent Zoom that you're going to have next Saturday, we're going to now break down the months. What do you do in every month? But I captured, and I hope you wrote in your notes as well, month 1. He said, month 1, get an activity, like get your inner circle and begin discussing. You see, in this 1 month, you're going to get people you'll bring into the business, yeah? That's your inner circle. And probably the people you brought earlier on, in April, in March, even in February, those are your inner circle. Get a meeting with your inner circle. Don't just wait for these Zooms that you have generally. You can borrow this link. This link is free for all of us to use, by the way, in case you didn't know. If you want to have a private link, a private Zoom with your people, you can borrow this link. We'll give it to you. So long as you say, I want it on Tuesday between 8 and 9. I want to talk to my team. You can do that, okay? Pick your guys and have a Zoom together and say, you guys, make sure June 1st you begin this 90-day game plan. And you can call us leaders. You say, please, Anastasia, Coach Paul, please be in my, I want to talk to my team today, please be there, sort of like to motivate them. So Eric Wari says in month 1, which is June 1st to July 1st, get your inner circle, be in touch with your inner circle, okay? Actually, you can say something like, anybody who comes into my team in this month, I must have a Zoom with them, probably at the end of the month, or every week I'll be having a Zoom with new people that have been recruited in my team. You see, you'll be keeping a track. Like I said, you'll be having a small notebook where you have outlined your generation 1, and then each person they bring in, you add them, those become your inner circle, right? So in this season 2, let's become more proactive. Let's become more proactive with our teams. So Eric Quarry says in month 1, get your inner circle. He says, have monthly trainings. I think it's what I'm saying, yeah? We have the general virtual AVS Wealth Club training at 4 p.m. and the general, even bigger global one at 10 p.m. East Africa time. But you can say me and my team will be having a monthly training, our own monthly training every month. Even if you are two people, even if it is you and the person you sponsored, or one person under you, or two people under you, that is a team. Have your own training. Choose your day in June, or even this month in May, yeah, before we launch. Choose a day and a time and say, me and my 3 people, let's have our own Zoom. Like I was telling you, when we began Virtual AVS Wealth Club, Virtual AVS Wealth Club is a creation of, I think, how many were we? Were we 6 or were we 4? We were 4, I think. I remember it was last year in August. And we said, guys, why don't we start our WhatsApp group? And we began our WhatsApp group, 4 people. And we said, what will you call it? We'll call it Virtual AVS Wealth Club. We began 4 people. And we said, now what will we do? Why don't we begin a Zoom? I think we began with one Zoom, yeah? You Anastasia, you are a good trainer. You know, you can train. Why don't you teach people about Virtual AVS? And I remember we used to have a Zoom of 5 people, 5. And we said, we'll keep on. And all of us were members. You know, we all had licenses. There was no guest. We were 5. And we were presenting as if there's a guest. And right now you can see we have 4 WhatsApp groups. Even if we have an average of even, let's say, 200 people, those are 800 people, mixture of people with licenses, people who are curious on Lucas, others have downloaded the app, you know, people at different levels, but 800 people. We began 4 people. Nobody told us to begin a WhatsApp group. We decided by ourselves. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Say after September 1st, I will begin my own WhatsApp group. I will call it, think of a name. In this month of May, you know, have a Zoom together with the 3 people in your team. Say, yeah, you know, 3, you qualify because we began 4 people, yeah? Begin with 3 people or 2 people and say, what do you think we'll call our WhatsApp group at the end of this September? What name do you suggest? Let's call it this, okay. Yeah, you see, you do that. So Eric Worre says in month 1, and indeed in the subsequent months, and even this month, have a monthly training with your team. Number 3, he says, I can't read my own handwriting. Something group opportunities. Tasha, what were you writing? Group opportunities, yeah. I think he was saying have group opportunities. For us, it's the Zooms we have at 4 p.m. and at 10 p.m. to tell people about this opportunity, Virtual AVS. All right. So already for us, we've already taken care of that. We already have Zooms. So for you, it is to invite guests. Invite in this 90-day game plan. Make sure every Zoom you have a guest, even 1 person, 5 people if you can, 10 people. Work hard. Throughout the day, you're working hard at having guests in Zooms. That is your work throughout the whole day. Throughout the whole day, you're working hard. From morning till evening, you're working hard to have people in Zooms. So Eric Worre says have weekly. Oh, the word I couldn't read was weekly. Have weekly group opportunities. For us, we have daily. I thank Virtual AVS for the 10 p.m. one, and I thank our Virtual AVS Wealth Club for the 4 p.m. one. Okay, so since already we have weekly group opportunities, Zooms, now your work is to invite guests. Okay, then he says promote home meetings. Okay, it's a bit tricky, but if you can invite friends too at home to just present about the business opportunity, maybe 2 or 3, have some tea or something. You know, those one-on-ones, yeah, they're also very important. He talks about webinars in month 1, and he will be talking in subsequent Saturdays, he'll be talking about the other months, yeah? So the thing is this, we need to map out month after month in these 90 days, what are we going to be doing month after month? Of course, one of the things you said is the posts on Facebook. And on Wednesday, please, Wednesday evenings, we have a Zoom on Facebook, on social media. We have one this coming Wednesday. Please join in. don't attend some training, some you don't attend. Some people are going to be far ahead of others because of the kind of trainings they're attending. You don't want someone who joins the business today to make more money than you, because they came and they were really focused. They learned, they began learning. They were thirsty for information. They were thirsty for knowledge. And they joined all the trainings that are available, and they grew and they grew and they began making money. In life, success is intentional. Success is deliberate. It won't come just by taking things casually. Yes, we have other things we are doing. I do have other things I'm doing as well. Yeah, not network marketing companies. No, network marketing, it is only virtual AVS. But I have other duties that I have. Okay. The thing is, focus on virtual AVS as well as you do on other duties. In fact, if you can focus on virtual AVS even more, it's going to free you up after some time. It's going to free you up to do other duties more, to have other time to do other things more. Okay. So month after month, week after week, day after week, day, be deliberate on actions you're doing every day for these 90 days. Laser sharp focus. And by the way, I think one Wednesday, I think I may start this Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm going to start off with what activities you're going to be doing every day. So don't miss it, because you'll find people have already been taught, and you're floating. You don't know what people are talking about because I taught something last week. This Wednesday, I'm going to touch a little on the activities you're going to be doing the rest of the 90 days. Okay. So Eric Worre again advises, I'm just recapping what you've learned. He advises that in this month of the launch, that you should tell people something like, we are starting a project to earn X amount in 90 days. The X amount, I'm going to talk about it this Wednesday. We are launching a project to earn X amount in 90 days. We want to change our lives. That's what you tell people when you're talking to them. So I'm putting together a team, an inner circle in this month of May. So from June 1st, we begin working on this project. Do you want to change your life? Are you in or are you out? One thing I said, I'm not going to be begging anybody, because I'm not responsible for anybody's financial future. If you don't want to improve your life financially, Quintasha is not responsible for somebody's children. Quintasha is not responsible for somebody's rent. I'm not responsible for somebody's, whatever financial, obligations people have. I'm not responsible for anybody. I'm only responsible for mine and my family. Yeah. So if anybody doesn't want to make money, then it's their problem. I can't convince them. I look for other people who are ready to partner. I can only partner with whoever is willing. So don't feel obliged to beg anybody. There's someone who told me someone wants to sell their virtual AVS account. I was like, say what? Somebody wants to sell the virtual AVS account. They have looked at the table. They have an opportunity to earn millions of dollars. They want to sell it to somebody else who will earn the millions of dollars and transform their family, transform their children, give their children a better life because somebody sold to them. And I was reminded of the story of Jacob and Esau. Esau sold his birthright to Jacob for a morsel of food. You remember that story? He told Jacob, you take my birthright, please give me that food, give me that soup, I'm hungry. Someone became too hungry, and now they want to sell the virtual AVS account. They said, I can't get anybody. Can't get anybody. We are doing a team activity to help people, to get people. How about getting into the 90-day game plan? At least this team is doing something to help each other. You see, some teams, I can tell you, some teams, someone just registers someone and they never see them again. And I've given the story about somebody who told me they've talked to 300 people and nobody is saying yes to the opportunity. And I asked that person, it is someone who knows, I know, but they registered under somebody else. So they reached out to me. Okay, I reached out to them actually because I knew they're in the business. So I asked him, how is your business going? He told me, I'm talking to people, nobody is listening to me. So I told him, have you spoken to your upline to help you out? He said, my upline told me to work out my business by myself. He's busy building his own team. Okay, I don't know what team means because this person is in that person's team. He said the upline said he's busy getting other people. So you sort yourself out. So he told me my upline is not helping me. And I was really sad. That's an example of a team, not even a team. It's an example of somebody who's not helping people they're recruiting into virtual AVS. But us here as a team, anybody who comes in, we have team takeover. We put them in there. And that's why you keep on telling you, if anybody buys a license, add them to team takeover. We want to nurture each other. We want to help each other grow. Okay? So there are teams that are not doing this, what we are doing. So when someone in our team says, I want to sell my account, what do they mean? We have a great support system. So I was saying, and I like using the Bible a lot, the story of Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. And you know what happened to Jacob? God blessed Jacob. God gave Jacob 12 children, the 12 tribes of Israel. And right now, you can even see the Jews, the current day Jews, how successful they are in business. Those are the descendants of Jacob who didn't sell who kept his birthright. Okay? And now the descendants of Jacob are extremely wealthy. And of course, we are also the descendants of Jacob, you see? So don't sell your birthright. Don't give up too easily. People are going to be making millions of dollars. Just get into the training system of our team. So the person who told me somebody wants to sell the account, I asked them, does a person join Zooms? Does a person come for trainings? Do they even know what you're doing as a team? And that is why I say, don't register anybody with a license and leave them outside. You're leaving them outside. They're in the cold. They don't know what is happening. You're actually denying them a chance to become wealthy. You know, I can talk like till tomorrow. So what I'm saying is this, we are beginning the 90-day game plan. Just go and approach people and tell them, we are working with a team. Listen, we are working with a team. We want to make, right now, start with 32 million. I'm telling people $32 million in a month. They're like, what? I'm like, yes. We're looking for a strategy to make $32 million in a month. I'm working with a team. We're beginning a project on June 1st. Are you in or not? There's a support system. We're going to help you to do this. You're not going to be alone. We are investing 16,000 Kenya shillings or $149. Change it into your local currency to get into this. Do you know somebody who wants to make a change when they hear it is only $149, $32 million per month, and it is a team that will be moving together from June 1st? They'll be like, oh, let me look for that money. All right. And what you can do, you can say, we'll do a Zoom. We'll do a Zoom. I'm planning to do a Zoom. But then you can pick a day. You can say maybe Friday, 8 p.m. You know, the day we don't have the regular Zooms, you can say Friday, 8 p.m. Let me organize my guys, the ones who are willing, and call Coach Paul, call Newla to tell them what this 90-day game plan is all about. Tell them I'm organizing, by the way, a meeting on Friday, 8 p.m., a Zoom Friday, 8 p.m. for all the people I'm gathering together. Do you want to be in that meeting? Do you think somebody will say no? Hey, to be left behind, they'll say yes. What time is the meeting? 8 p.m. Friday. Yeah, I'm in. So you tell them, good, I'll send you a link. So come quickly and say, tell the leaders, by the way, Anastasia, Quintasha, I told some people I'm having a meeting 8 p.m. on Friday. Please give me that link and please be there to talk to them. We will be willing to do that. I'm just giving you a hint what to do. Okay, it's time. I've gone beyond by 3 minutes. So I'm really excited. So my message for you today, between now and 31st, is it 31st or 30th? Get an inner circle. Get an inner circle. It is easier getting them now than telling them in June. We began a project June 1st. Yeah. That's my message. And my other message is that Saturday mornings, please be here because you're going to develop on what you've learned today. And Wednesday, don't miss Wednesday because I'm going to be talking about the day-to-day activities you're going to be doing in the 90 days. All right. and I'm going to be wrapping up on the Facebook social media. I'll be wrapping up on that, right? So that is the training for today. Thank you indeed for joining in. I see comments, I haven't read them. Leader Anastasia, please take over from here. Look at the comments and put a word or two. Sorry, I've eaten into your time. Maybe we have some 7 minutes or more, and then we'll wrap this up, right? Anastasia?
I don't know if you're able to see me. I'm actually in the office. I had a meeting.
Yes.
And I'm with a business partner here. She's called Mary. We were listening together.
Yes.
Mary Mudachi.
Good.
So thank you so much, Quintasha, for that. And indeed, we are well positioned, looking at the business opportunity, looking at the leadership, having these trainings, we should not take them for granted, because this is what is going to build us. And I like this bit where you, Eric Warren said, success is deliberate. If you don't say, I want, it will not happen. And like this morning, I was speaking to somebody, and when people say, I have no time, I have no money, tell them this is the more reason you need to be in virtual AVS, because this is going to give you money, which you say, May, I don't have money, June, I don't have money, July, I don't have money, not like that, then no time. Tell them this is the more reason you need. So let us look for all the strategies to be able to grow and bring people in the inner circle, because it is going to be so good if we see everybody succeeding. So I'm going to go through the chart, and we just go through together very fast, so that we are able to understand this, yeah? Coach Paul there says, different look, no glasses, looking amazing. That is to you, Quintasha, Then I put a comment there, 90 days will be from June 1st to August 29th. And it's going to be super awesome. There's a big surprise for the end of August, the 29th August. We must have something huge and big, Then Coach Paul says awesome. And then the advantage we have is that, number one, we are dealing with a product that already has active customers. And number two is one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world. And number three, the demand and frequency of purchase of the product is immeasurable on a daily basis. And number four, no one else has such an easy to use platform with such a lucrative compensation plan. We are giving people opportunity. Let us share all this. I wish somebody can screenshot this, and before we end this, I need to screenshot this, yeah? Change your life in 90 days, Definitely. I like what Eric Warren says. You can move within 90 days. You can change your life completely, to the extent that you are like, am I the one? Is it exactly, Can you imagine within 90 days, you go from nothing, your current, not nothing, your current, whatever you earn, to 32 million US dollars every single month. It is possible. It is doable. If somebody like Elon Musk, all these guys are able to make this kind of money, why not? Why do people think other people have, they can make money and not yourself, not ourselves, It's not us. We are going to make this, yeah? Then Coach Paul continues to say, success is not easy, but it is possible. True. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Only the bottom is overcrowded. The view at the top will always be breathtaking. True. And let us be among that percentage up there. And virtual AVS is God sent. It has come to help so many people. In fact, I say this pandemic has created opportunities for people. There are people, if you check, there's an article which was shared in the groups, people who became, who doubled, who tripled, who even became billionaires, dollar billionaires during the pandemic because of the nature of what the business they were dealing in. For us, virtual AVS is giving us an opportunity. Then recruit, a word that can also be viewed in a positive way when you think of what big corporates or organizations do when conducting massive recruitments before the pre-opening of or launch of a new business, e.g. hotels and resorts. At the end of the day, many will still run to queue for a whole day, sometimes because they believe they will get paid very handsomely or beautifully. Call it what you may. By this, organizations that bears a good reputation or praise, they all expect good compensation in the respective positions they apply for, with benefits and promise for good growth. Virtual AVS has all these qualities. True, I agree 100%, 1,000%. And it does not make you queue for a whole day in the hot sun. Yeah, most of what you do, including in the first 90 days, is actually virtually or online. Again, you are kickstarting a process that will allow you to quit, in a sense, early from the job, but still continue getting paid. That doesn't happen in a real employment opportunity. So that recruitment's lifetime is short-term or time-bound. I agree. There's a time, sometime, was it last year or last year, but one, yeah? There was a hotel which put an advert for a job. I think it was only 1 or 2 positions. The whole place was packed. The whole of that area was packed with people. People traveled from different parts of the country to come for the job interviews. And you can see that. And because of a name, it's a hotel, it's a restaurant, So very soon, people will be running, will be queuing, will be coming, calling you, and you'll even be finding numbers there on your level 1. People have created accounts and you don't even know. And the journey starts now. Because if you don't take that first position, if you don't start by having people, other people will be able to recruit the people you would have recruited, yeah? Now, too hungry to wait. That was a source, he gave his birthright, yeah? Then patience is a virtue. Combine it with productive efforts. You reap heavily, Let us be deliberate in what we are doing. The dollars on here says, yeah? Our patience will bear so much fruit. What I don't understand is how people become so impatient after just a few weeks or months. Yet, some people can struggle at a job for 5, 10, 20 years, doing the rat race of salary, loans, debts, and all that. And yet, when you tell them, we want to do this for 90 days, they are saying 90 days is too much. You tell them, do this business for just 2 years, 1 year, and you'll be financially free. We call it lifestyle freedom. You'll have all the time, you'll have all the money, you'll have, you'll be getting, you want a holiday. I can tell you now, hey, let's have dinner in Dubai, let's have lunch. And we have it, So Coach Paul says, very true, 40 years in a job and very little to show for it. The investment of time and effort ends up benefiting the company's stakeholders. And you are seated there working day in, day out. It is raining, pouring. Nula likes calling them cats and all the dogs and their relatives, yeah? And you have to go to that office. Because if you don't go, you'll be asked, how come so-and-so got into the office? Yet they don't know even where you live. They don't know the situation which was out there. But with a business like this one, you can just check out the weather and say, today I'm working from home. And even a time is coming whereby, things will just be happening because the system now will be, you did the setup by ensuring that you get the sales force. After that, everything is working, yeah? Then Dolazon says, nothing works if I don't. True. 90 days game master plan is such a rich resource to build our business. Sure, true. So thank you so much for that. And before Quintasha, you end this, I need to take a screenshot of that. This is very, very massive. Also, if somebody has taken that screenshot, they can be able to share. I like the sharing of our 2 gentlemen there. It is very, very important. Those are things we'll be looking at the end of the 90 days, in 1 year, in 2 years, and say, look where we began. Look what we were telling people. Look what we have achieved. We are earning what it was for us. That time it was just a dream. We are saying we are going to be making. We are making it right now, and we'll be sharing this to the people who will be starting that time. We tell them you still have time to start, but for us, since we are here, let us start. Let us move. So let us take this 90-day game plan, the pre-launch, the launch, very seriously. It can change. I like the way Eric Warren says, these 90 days can change you from, you are not known anywhere in the circles of who is who. Do you know? We are how many of us here? We are 15, yeah? 15, 16. We are 2 of us here. Mary is saying including herself because she's not in that list, yeah? You can find us in the Forbes list of the wealthy people in Africa, in the world. It is possible and it's going to happen because earning that amount of money, how many people are able to make that kind of money? Don't think the Forbes list is reserved for some people. We are all the 15, 16 of us here. We are going to be part of this. We are going, let us say we are going to be part of it. We are, and we will be. So thank you so much, Quintasha. I hand it back to you to wrap it up because we are about 15 minutes past the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Anastasia, for that. Indeed, thank you for everything you said. Thank you for all the contribution. And I want to thank everybody for your presence, Coach Paul, Cynthia, Dr. Temu, Elizabeth Kisilu, thank you for being here. Hendrik Mo, Kate Bees, thank you for being here. Lucy, Mary Kibe, Michael Ochieng, Mwa Aaron, Nula, Ronnie Muzira, and Sarah Marion and Mary Mudachi in the studios, together with Anastasia and Quintasha. Thank you for being here. So thank you very much, everyone. Let's think about this. Let's think about this throughout the whole day. And 4 p.m. we are together for presentation. Get your guests. Begin to get that inner circle. Yeah. Saturday morning again we are meeting here at 11:30 a.m. East Africa time. So from me, it is thank you very much for your sacrifice, for being here. Anastasia, I've taken the screenshot of the chats, so all is well. And thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you. May He keep you until we meet again at 4 p.m. Thank you indeed. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, Cynthia.
I've seen a Leon.
All right, guys, thanks,
I've seen a Leon who has just joined. Maybe we may find out whether he was coming for this meeting or what, because
probably was coming for this meeting, but he's late. So Leon, let's meet again Wednesday at 4 p.m. we are together. And remember, Leon, the meeting is on Saturday, 11:30 a.m. 11:30 a.m. East Africa time. All right. Okay, bye. Let me end the meeting.
All right. Cheers, yeah? Bye-bye.